Hello there! Let's learn about the different characters in sci-fi and fictional storytelling for movies. Okay, so let's begin with Mary Sue, or Gary Stu, depending if you're male or female. Mary Sue is an idolized and seemingly perfectly fictional character. It was coined in 1973. A known writer named Paula Smith wrote a parody called Trackie's Tale, where this character, Mary Sue, was born. Example of Mary Sue, we're going to use this character right here from the last Star Wars movies. She has no personality. That's a main trait of a Mary Sue. Very bland person. Can't really relate to her. Simple, not complicated. 2, overpowered to the extreme. Basically, Mary Sue can take on the main villain. The character has strength that's equal or more powerful than the actual villain. The problem with this, there is no real conflict, no danger. Number 3, no explanation of power level, no reasoning behind their wisdom. Basically, they can figure anything out, fly any ship, solve any problem. No explanation in where this knowledge comes from to do these wonderful things. Number 4, perfectly good. Will always do the right thing. A goody two-shoes, always helping others, going out of his or her way. Do the right thing. Number 5 and 6, instantly liked by the main characters. Not embarrassed, does not fail. Basically, this person will be liked by every single character, all the good guys or bad guys. Hey, you want to join my team? Here's a gun. You're on my team. I don't even know you, but doesn't matter. You're cool. That's a Mary Sue. They're perfect and they're boring. Next we have a Paragon. A Paragon character are characters that don't have any growing to do. Powerful, older, wiser. They've been through their trials and errors in their life and reached life's highest points. They're old usually, long white beards. Their minds are full of wisdom. They've learned their mistakes, and they try to pass their knowledge down to the younger generation on the right track to a better life. They are guides to the Everyman, in hopes they will do well in their task. They have powers beyond any other, but they use those powers to help the Everyman on their journey. They're godlike at times. A great example of these characters is a Jedi Master, or one who is all-knowing with the Force around him, a man who will sacrifice everything for the greater good, or a wizard that will guide the Fellowship, or just watch over you and guide you. The character's ultimate goal is that one day, when the people need a hero, they can be the hero themselves. Okay, let's move on. An everyman, an ordinary individual with whom the audience or reader is supposed to be able to identify with easily. The Everyman comes from a 15th century play called The Everyman. It's a play about being human, about having flaws. It's about characters that make mistakes, dealing with judgment and love, fear of death, all trials of life, and of course, the hero's journey. Like a farm boy becoming a warrior, saving his father, facing his darkest fear. Perhaps a professor that goes out of his way to write history, or maybe a lonely blacksmith who became a pirate just to save his beloved from a dreaded pirate scum. Or a scoundrel that shoots first, but then becomes a general of an army to save the rebels from an empire. Perhaps a bastard that becomes a king, hopefully. Or a female warrior who believes there's still hope in the universe. Or an engineer who's just out for survival for her crew. Most importantly, he or she is an ordinary person who is often placed in extraordinary circumstances, taking on new challenges. Next we have the Majors. A Major is any character who is essential to the storyline. For that, or a story about a boy wizard, we have a boy wizard. Or a story about a pirate, we have a pirate. A pirate that sells the Caribbean island. Or a story about a billionaire who starts a team to defeat evil. Or perhaps the villain. Yes, the villain can be a major too. Next, we have the minor. The minor is any character who plays a small role in the story plot. Still essential though. For example, the boy wizard's uncle or father, or friend fighting along his side. Perhaps a captain's mate or crew member sailing the seven seas. A general in the rebel force fighting for good. May he rest in peace. Perhaps the comic relief, a minor, but still very important. The thing about majors and minors, it's like a giant machine. The gears don't work unless they work together. Dynamic. Dynamic is the character who changes in some important way through the story. For this example, I'm going to use innocent boy corrupted by darkness. Anakin Skywalker to Darth Vader, his journey started as a child. Innocent, pure, really kind of a Mary Sue character, doing everything right. But then he became a bratty teenager, not liked by many. In fact, he blamed a lot of his problems on others. A Jedi Knight when he became a general, respected more, but then a Sith Lord and fell to the dark side. This is a dynamic character. Static. A static character is a character who does not change throughout the story. I'm going to give 3 examples for this. Let's start with a villain that was out for himself and just to gain power. An elf that doesn't change in appearance or age will fight by your side. Perhaps a pirate captain, their goal is for themselves. A lot of these characters are protagonists. A protagonist is the main character, usually the good guy, a hero or anti-hero. The story is about the protagonist. For example, you have a boy wizard, or a prince of thieves, a captain of a ship, a robot in disguise, and an avenger. Even a Mary Sue is a protagonist. Protagonist can be a female, strong, fighting for good, a dark knight, a vigilante, or even a web slinger. With protagonist comes antagonist. An antagonist is the opposite. The antagonist is the main character. The opposite, usually the bad guy, the main villain. Someone who wants to control the universe, or maybe control a wizarding world, expand their hive, a dark lord, a sea captain, a robot in disguise, even a corrupt politician, a corrupt sheriff, a nightmare that haunts your dream, or an insane jokester. Whatever you decide in your characters, the key is they're your characters. They come from within, from your perspective of their point of view. So whatever they are, if they're a superhero or supervillain, they're going to be great because you are the creator. Thanks for watching, guys. This is really basic, simple stuff on character writing. This is something I've learned and I'm just passing it down to you because that's what this is all about. Lessons learned, lessons I've learned, and I'm passing them to you. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please subscribe, thumbs up, and remember, a lesson learned is a good lesson. Thanks.